All right, we had some pretty good presentations, hard act to follow. But I was introduced, I'm the North District Maintenance Engineer for Maintenance and Operations. I've been there for about 7 months now. My presentation is really about these last 7 months, some of the challenges, some of the things that we've done to try to improve morale. So morale and leadership and some of the results we're seeing from some of the things we're trying to implement there. We're not there 100% there, but we're getting there. And that's the whole reason of that. So hopefully at the end of this, you'll be able to take some points back with you to your own staff and see if that works for you guys. Because every situation is different. So first of all, when I start talking about humanity and any kind of supervision, I get looks like this. But who is North District? So for those of you who know who North District are, we manage and maintain the roads and infrastructure at the northern part of the state. So we have 5 area yards. We handle the I-495, I-95 corridor, as well as the areas of Brandon 100, City of Wilmington, Centerville, Pike Creek. So it's a wide range area, very populous, obviously the most populous area of the state. So we get a lot of issues and concerns that happens every day, and there's a lot of stress to our staff. So again, who is North District, and what are some of the issues and problems we have? So when I first got there, I felt everybody felt sort of like this. You know, I'm frustrated. You know, I can't get this thing done. I got these issues. I don't know what to do. So, you know, after a month or so of listening to everything, you know, it's easily to break down problems that we've had in there with communications, with rumors. We have unions up there, so it's always management against us, you know, and trying to deal with that. And then dealing with expectations, you know, what we have as operators, mechanics, they have certain expectations, but I'm not sure if they're always clearly, you know, brought down from the management level down. What are the expectations? What do we expect from you? You know, so those are some of the things. And I'll give you an example of some of the issues we had with our union. Again, about a month or so in, I'm hearing a lot of rumors about our union president. And so we sit down, we have a conversation, and it was really just wanted to complain to me about things. You know, my guys don't have that, my guys want OT, my guys need this and that. And after about 5 minutes of listening to him, you know, explaining my guys, I say, stop. I said, stop. You understand that your guys are my guys too, right? I can't do what I want to do here if we're not all here together. So after that point, we're on a much better page because he kind of understands that we're all in this together. If we're going to make things better, we're going to get the work done and go from there. So going back to expectations, you know, I go to the guys and I ask them, we go to all the area yards, I said, what is the main thing? What do we do here? You know, and a few of the guys looked at our webpage, right, and they know how important it is every trip, every mode, every dollar, you know, every one about our transportation infrastructure, right? But when it comes down to the people that actually are digging the ditches outside, you know, what's it mean to them, right? And so I have to break it down to the next level and let them know that the traveling public depends on you, okay, to fix that pothole, to fix that guardrail, right? To cut the trees and the limbs that are covering our lights and our signs and things like that, and our signals. You know, your job is so important because people every day that use our roads depend on you. All right. So when you break it down to the next lower level, which goes back to a lot of communication, what we do when we over communicate at times, what we don't over communicate, because this is why we do this. You know, I start seeing reactions like, makes a lot of sense now. I feel better about what I do. Because when you go to work, you want to go to work knowing that you're doing good, right? That you're doing something that means something. You don't just want to go to work to get a paycheck. Well, some people do, but, you know, if you get paid enough. But a lot of our guys, you know, don't always get that and understand that. So that's one of the things that I've been re-emphasizing with them is how important their jobs are, how many people depend on their jobs to increase that motivation, to increase their wanting to come to work. So communication. Obviously I'm a Star Wars fan, And I feel historically speaking, there may have been a little bit of this. We're the empire. You're going to do this now, right? And there's a time for that. There is a time for that. When there's emergency situations, no questions asked. This is what you got to do, right? But a lot of times we forget that listening to issues that our guys have is so important. And listening is the second part of communication, right? You're hearing something, but you really want to listen to what the concerns are, listen to what the questions are. And it's so much better when you let people vent out, for 15, 20 minutes in your office, and you break it down to, they really don't have an issue or complaint, but there's something going on at home, or there's something going on in their personal life, and they don't know how to express it and get it out. And I'm seeing a lot of that, and then we're able to work through that, get it out of the work environment, and get those issues out of the work environment, get them doing what they're supposed to do. So I get accused a lot of being nice. John, you're a really nice guy. I hate that. We're all nice people here, right? We're all nice people. It's not anything, right? I hope you guys are all nice, right? So what I try to explain to people, it's not about being nice, it's about caring. Letting your staff and your employees know that you care about them, you care about their well-being. And I bring this example of, Obi-Wan and Anakin in their famous battle, right? Obi-Wan cared for Anakin to the very end. He had to dismember him, all right? But the same thing for my guys. When discipline comes around, I have to discipline them. I still care that they, when it's all said and done, they know that I still care about them and I want them the best, and we're going to not get disciplined anymore. But, that's the difference of necessarily being nice versus caring for your employees, letting them know that, knowing for their well-being. So follow-through is the other important aspect which I'm learning, and I kind of always knew about it, but learning that it's so important. When people come to you and your staff comes to you for questions and concerns, they want you to respond back. They want answers. You may not be able to give them an answer right away, but you want constant contact, a follow-through with them, so they know you're working on their problem, you're working on their current situation, so they're not forgotten. And again, it goes back to, you expect a lot from them, but what are they expecting for you? They're expecting just as much. So that follow-through is so important. So what makes an employee motivated? And I go through this all the time because I'm trying to think, what can we do to make things better? Money, right? Everybody loves money. But I really don't control the money. so I got to take that away. But what I can do is I can make sure my guys are being recognized for everything they do. Even the little things, even the good things, not only the good things, but everything they do, that they're being recognized, right? And then employees want to be challenged. They don't want to be digging that ditch all day. Sometimes they want to be laying that pipe. Sometimes they want to do some concrete work. So you got to be able to know when the time is right to give the staff challenging work to help them keep motivated. You got to change things up every now and then. And the other thing is really two things, is they want to be part of something and they want to be valued. Again, it goes back to caring, it goes back to knowing their expectations, but guys want to know that they're dependent on, that they're needed, that they're part of something, that they're valued. And you start seeing more enthusiasm, as we talked about earlier, at work. And it goes a long way, and it's not a whole lot of big things, but it's a lot of these little things that as supervisors, when I'm dealing with close to 100 people, what I got to keep in mind all the time. So you guys have different staff levels, but just think about this. So what are some of the things we're doing to try to get us there, to build morale, to build better teams, to keep people motivated? One of the things I love is the Toronto Raptors for winning the NBA championship, because I was able to get We the North t-shirts. Works out great for North District. So I give these out as often as I can, right? And it helps build the team, right? The guys are very excited about this when they get a We the North t-shirt. And I even given a few out to Canal District, and I think I gave one out to South District just to rub it in a little bit. But these are the little things that help out. So the other thing is doing the SEC campaign, I went to the yards. I said, what do you guys want to do? In the past, we've done coffee sales, we've done donuts, we've done sandwiches, soups, different things, hot dog sales. And I'm getting this kind of feedback. John, why does management always want $1 from us? Or why $5 from us? It's always coming out of our pockets. And I understood what they're saying, right? So after thinking about it for a little bit, light bulb didn't pop off right away. It took a couple times talking to a few people. We decided, well, let's do volunteer work, right? Because it's very easy to tell somebody's time how much it's worth. So we were able to contact the Emmanuel Dining Room. They have 3 locations up in Newcastle County. And we scheduled groups within the different yards. I have 5 yards, and they're sort of like 5 fiefdoms. Okay, they're all separate. So I said, to really make this work and build a team, I'm going to take 1 or 2 from each yard who wants to volunteer, and we're going to break up groups to go to the different dining halls. So you get people who don't necessarily work together every day, working together now, serving soup or food or cleaning tables and stuff like that. And I can't tell you the amount of feedback I got back from just doing this one little, setting up this thing over lunch. These guys volunteer their own time. It's much easier for them to volunteer their own time, an hour a day, or an hour for this day, instead of $5 out of their pocket to buy a hot dog, right, for their charitable campaign. And it really worked out well, because North District, there's a lot of homeless encampments that we have to clean up. So it just worked well that they could see the effort and what they're doing goes to some of the stuff they do every day. Well, not every day, but when they have to do a cleanup. So it worked out well. So the other group we went to was the Delaware Clothing Bank, the Friendship House. And these guys work directly with homeless shelters. And so any clothing donations that they get, similar to Goodwill, well, actually not similar, because these guys will resell it, right? Salvation Army, Goodwill resell it. For the clothing bank, the Friendship House actually takes orders from homeless shelters and sets them up. So if you have a family, if you have kids, you got a father trying to get an interview, they take those clothing donations directly to them. And not that I'm purposely putting the plug in for these guys, but I think they do a great job. But my guys who went there, we had 2 sets of groups who could go there. Man, it was like, you start seeing people who are less in a worse situation than you are. And then again, working with people from your district that you don't know would work together all day, working this, and it just turned out to be much better than I ever imagined. So again, it worked out well doing these volunteer opportunities from a complaint from taking $5 out of my pocket. So it's kind of funny how things work out. So results, right? We're all into metrics and analytics. Those of you guys are baseball fans and fantasy football leagues fans. So how do I measure all these little things we're doing? How is it helping us, right? So talking about expectations, we have Maximo. And I'm not sure if everybody here uses Maximo, but it's our data management program. It does all our work orders, so everything the guys do goes into Maximo, breaks down the work orders, how much time, materials, things like that, so we keep track of it. Very good. It's not an easy system to play with, I'm just letting you guys know. But since we started spreading the word about using Maximo, making sure it's done properly, we've seen a major increase in how many work orders have been completed and closed out. So I'm seeing some results there in Maximo. The other side of it, where my metrics come in, is M5, and some of you guys deal with equipment. Understand that, again, it's another system for data management for the equipment. And tracking just results and increases, we're seeing that our preventive maintenance is up, our compliance is up, we're seeing that our truck availability is up, and we're seing that our open work orders for truck repairs is down considerably. So it's telling me that guys are working to get things done. We're working to finish things up. So, I started off with a couple of slides that said, who is North District? And, we're part of a big organization, DelDOT, but we're a family. Maybe a little dysfunctional at times, but we're a family. So with that, thank you very much.